Hey guys, so we have a pretty powerful window period of time upon us right now. Starting today and over the course of the next 6 days, we are on an energetic journey to self discovery that is probably culminating in some type of major transformation. We have four big aspects that are hitting back to back to back to back over this next 6 days. And this entire cycle that we are in right now is really about helping us to gain some type of expanded sense of self awareness in regards to what we truly want, what we truly like, what we truly value, and what we want to put our time and energy into growing going forward, specifically in the way that we're spending our money and relating to other people. So, the energy that we have coming up over the course of the next 6 days is likely to really be shining a light on this for us and also perhaps showing us some ways that our own ego is blocking our ability to actually get in alignment with those things that we are deciding and awakening and discovering that we really do truly want and want to create in our lives at this point in time. We have the moon today in Taurus, going to be coming into conjunction with the North Node, opposition to the South Node, conjunction to Uranus, square to Saturn. So we have Uranus square Saturn vibes back on the table again today. This could be throwing it back to some big changes that began over the course of this past year or two, or also could be foreshadowing some things coming up this first week in October. But all in all, today, you guys, a lot going on. Let's get into the chart, you guys. Let's talk about how things are playing out to kick off this period of time that we're in right now and what we might be able to anticipate as we move through the course of the next 6 days. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today is Wednesday, September 14th, 2022. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological outlook of the day. If you guys stick with me till the end of the report, we're also going to be taking a look at some tarot cards that also came out today in conjunction with the astrology to just sort of look at the energy from another angle and, just get another alternative viewpoint of what's going on to get a better overall view. But we're going to start with the astrology, you guys, as we always do. And like I was saying, well, actually, no. First of all, we are going to start with a huge happy birthday shout out to my lovely, beautiful mother. Happy birthday, Mom. Miss you so much. Hope you're having a great day. Your day is starting us off on this 6 day journey of self discovery and transformation that we're going on. So I guess you get a pretty significant day this year. So I love you so much. Hope you're having a great day, and I will see you soon. Now let's talk about the astrology, you guys. And yeah, today, the 14th, is, in my opinion, starting a 6 day journey to self-discovery and transformation. This number 6, I feel like, is very important in the numerology and in sort of the vibe that we are in right now in this period of time, and that is going to be characteristic and carrying us through over this next 6 days. First of all, as you guys know, if you've been following my channel, I talk a lot about numerology and the significance that I feel is coming through in this 222 year that we are in right now. To have a year that is nothing but twos, 2022, like this is really quite rare, and this is some pretty significant numerology, and it is all about like real genuine harmony and balance and soul connection and true purpose and true fulfillment and like reciprocity and balance and all of that type of stuff. And 222, if you break it down, it comes to a 6, which is the number of love. First of all, it also rules Virgo, the current cycle that we're in. It's associated with the 6th house in astrology, which rules what we do on a day-to-day basis, our habits, our routines, our lifestyle, our health, how we care for and serve ourselves and others, the work we do on a daily basis. And it is also associated with Mercury through its association with the lovers, and also Venus and Mars. As a result, Mercury, Venus, and Mars are very much tied into these 4 major aspects that are coming in this week that we will also be talking about. And I feel like there is just a special emphasis going on the vibration of 6 over this next couple days. We also have 6 significant planets retrograde right now, plus Chiron, who's also associated with the sign of Virgo, which is the 6th sign of the zodiac and associated with the 6th house. All right, 6 retrograde planets. And I should say also, like, this is also very rare. Like, being in a period of time where we have 6 retrograde planets, I was doing a little bit of research and I found that only 0.05% of people are born with 6 retrograde planets. So that tells you how rare it is for this to be in effect like this. And we're in this 222 year. We have these 6 retrograde planets. We have all these major aspects that are coming into fruition. Like, it's a very rare and unique period of time energetically that we are in right now. And we are transitioning into the age of Aquarius. So it would need to be through true Aquarius fashion, and it makes sense. But I just want you guys to know, like, this is not your standard astrology that we have going on, that we're talking about on a daily basis. And a lot of times I feel like I'm always out here like hyping things up and making a big deal about it. But the thing is, like, I'm really not, because it is so rare. It is so unique. These are just the times that we're in right now. And there needs to be a greater level of like respect and emphasis for this specific period of time that we're in right now. Because, you know, being so immersed in it, living our daily lives in it, like just being so close to it, it's like we can't see the forest through the trees a lot of times. But this period of time, you guys, when we look back like hundreds or thousands or whatever years, 50, I don't even know, years, like down the road, we will be like, wow, like that was the diamond today right there. Like that was like that period of time. And I'm talking about 2021, 2022, 2023. It will be, when we look back in history, when this transition of ages really began to happen and all of these like divine alignments came into place to shift things in such a way that this, that, and the other could happen and fall into place so that we could go through this whole transitional process. These are very significant times that we are in right now. But back to this emphasis on the 6 that we have going on right now. As I said, you know, these 6 planets retrograde, the 6-day journey between now the 14th, the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th. These are the days that we're looking at. The 6, this is also, like I said, the Lover's card in the tarot, which is actually ruled by Mercury and has a lot to do with choices and decisions in love. That is a major theme that we are working with through this 6-day journey that we are going to. But Mercury is also the ruler of this Virgo cycle that we are in, and retrograde and very active in the transits that are coming. And also the Lovers, masculine and feminine. This week we have Venus and Mars coming into a square during Mercury's cycle. 6 is an important number, you guys, right now. Like I said, it also rules Virgo. It also rules this Virgo cycle that we are in. It also rules the 6th house of the zodiac: habits, routines, lifestyle, diet, nutrition, exercise, health, healing, our work, our service to self and others. These are things that we also might really be reconsidering as this energy is playing out and rediscovering about ourselves, or awakening to in one way or another. 6 also rules flow and balance and harmonization, dance, martial arts, dissolving from one form into another. And like I've been saying this whole time, you guys, throughout the course of this Virgo cycle, this reciprocity, this rebalancing, this justice restored is the ultimate drive, is the push where this cycle is taking us. But it's through these like breakdowns in order to realize and acknowledge the problem so that we can create the genuine solution and not just like throw band-aids over a symptom that are actually just perpetuating the problem, not doing anything to clear it up. So 6 is aligned with those things as well. And also in the tarot, in the suits, the 6 is all positive cards. 6 of Swords, this is about movement in a positive direction. 6 of Coins, this is again balance and reciprocity. 6 of Cups, this is about like that true soul union. This is also like that 222 energy. This is that what is truly divinely aligned and harmonized with us on a soul level that brings us that fulfillment and that purpose. And then the 6 of Wands, this is about victory and success and like conquering our challenges. So the 6 vibration generally is moving things in a positive direction for us. And us being on this 6-day journey right now, I feel like that is something that we need to keep in the back of our mind. Like no matter how things look, especially as we are kicking off on this, it is for the purpose of igniting and activating this 222-year energy. It's ultimately for the purpose of bringing us through this process of self-discovery and transformation so that we can realign our own vibration internally within us in such a way that is true and authentic to our heart's genuine needs for fulfillment, for purpose, for what really makes us feel alive and what like truly fills our cup. That is what we are learning about ourselves or rediscovering about ourselves throughout this period of time. It's bringing us back to a point where we're falling back in love with ourselves, which is allowing universe to attract and magnetize and bring to us externally that which also does the same thing. So very powerful energy that we are moving into. I feel like, and this is also happening right before we head into our Libra cycle, which is the halfway point in our astrological year. So I feel like, this period of time, this is the most significant week, I believe, as well, or the most significant sequence of days that we have in the month of September and in our entire new moon and Virgo cycle. So I feel like whatever is about to be happening over this period of time is really going to be bringing us to a position where we can make some very positive choices for ourselves moving forward into the Libra cycle coming up in October in the second half of our year, of this 2022 year. But all of that being said, you guys, let's talk more specifically now about the aspects that we have coming up, and then we will also talk about the energy today and how it might be playing in. But first of all, these 4 aspects that we have pending right now over the next 6 days. First of all, on the 15th, so starting tomorrow, we are going to have Venus coming into a square with Mars. This is a 2-day transit. This is going to be happening in Virgo and Gemini, both mutable signs and both signs ruled by Mercury, who is currently in Libra retrograde opposing Jupiter and in a mutual reception with Venus. This Venus-Mars square is going to be one of the things that really creates perhaps some internal conflict or some conflict in specifically relationship dynamics of our lives that show us where essentially we may be sabotaging our own ability to be happy through attachments to our ego, and again helping us to discover what we really, really, truly want and desire, and how we may actually be blocking ourselves from coming into alignment with that. This is going to be a big activation that we have this week. We also have the sun on the 17th is going to be coming into an exact opposition with Neptune, and the moon is going to be in Gemini squaring both of them. The 17th, you guys, I feel like this is a day where no one's really going to know what the heck is going on. The sun in the opposition to Neptune, on one hand, this can bring some very profound spiritual connection, spiritual understanding, spiritual insight, just something, almost like a prophetic energy. On the other hand, it can really cause us to want to escape things, avoid from things, not be seeing things clearly at all, be caught in some type of an illusion, some type of a fantasy, and just be generally experiencing some escapism tendencies. This is us wanting to release ourselves from something. The sun in opposition to Neptune, we are wanting to release ourselves from something, and in the context of the moon being in the square as well, and also Venus and Mars in the square, this could be some relationships or some commitments that we are wanting to release ourselves from, or it could also be some ego attachments. You see, this could play out many different ways, but self-discovery is where this is heading. The 18th, we have Mercury ruling this cycle retrograde, coming into an exact opposition with Jupiter retrograde, while the moon in Cancer squares both of them. So you guys, actually, it's not even that we have these just 4 specific aspects playing out. The moon is also, by the synchronistic positioning, going to be aspecting all of them in a way that is emphasizing, highlighting, and triggering their energy even more so as we go through this period of time. Mercury in opposition to Jupiter, both retrograde, you guys. This is us really finding out some things from the past, perhaps, or something, our eyes really being open to something. This is revelations. This is illumination. This is things being exposed. This is the truth coming out. This is secrets revealed, most likely though pertaining to the past or pertaining to things that have been hidden from us. This is the truth. This is us seeing the truth about things, and in the context of this other energy, helping us to release ourselves from perhaps either some over-identification with our ego that has been keeping us away from the truth of our heart, or getting us out of some situations that are no longer in alignment with us. This is a breakdown. This is a breakdown and a release through some type of massive awareness, some type of knowledge that is coming through. And then finally on the 19th, we have the sun coming into an exact trine with Pluto, while the moon is in a conjunction to the black moon in Cancer, and Venus is in an exact trine to Uranus. This is also a release, you guys. This is a release from romantic commitments that are no longer serving us in some type of massive transformation. It could be financial commitments too. Any type of commitments that are no longer serving us, that are no longer aligned with our heart, that are making us feel restricted or controlled or held back or limited in any type of a way. By the time that we get to the 19th, you guys, some type of massive transformation based on what we've discovered, what we've found out, what's come to a head, the conflict either that we've realized is going on within us that we need to overcome, the battles that we've won within us, or the situations in our lives that have broken down and showed themselves to be what they are in a way that we've never seen them before, that really changes our perspective on something and allows us to release ourselves. This is what it's going towards. But ultimately, you guys, by the time that we get to the end of this journey, some type of massive internalized transformation in regards to what we need to truly thrive and feel alive, come back to life, and release ourselves from any type of situations that are blocking our ability to come into the authentic alignment with what really fills us up on a heart and soul level and aligns us with what we truly desire going forward. This 6 energy, this 222 energy. This process over this next few days is trying to reharmonize the energy within us so that we can stop fighting ourselves and come to a point where we can actually be open to receive that which is in divine alignment with us, that which is in the divine vision of, our potential and our future. This is also a major aspect of this destiny activating energy, this energy that is helping us to rise into our true full potential, which is also a crucial dynamic of our transition into the age of Aquarius. If you guys are, if you've been with me for a while, I sort of talk about this all the time about how, in order for us to make this transition of ages happen, we really need to be coming from a place of authentic truth where we are able to activate our individual destiny and light that spark within us, because we all have a piece of the magic, you guys. Like, we all have a piece of the puzzle, and it's like this massive domino effect. And if our domino is not set up there, if our light is not on, if our spark is not ignited, like, we can't lend our light to the collective. Like, we can't be a part of the ripple effect that expands universe, and universe always wants to expand, and that is a lot of what's going on right now too. As we have come to this end of the age of Pisces, and a lot of throughout the age of the Pisces as well, we've been held back a bit in our ability to expand, I feel like, as a result of just some of the energies playing out and the karmic lessons that need to be cleared, and a lot of the karmic frequencies that the earth is clearing, that we are clearing from the planet essentially at this point in time as well. Generational karma is being severed, and we are really being given this like fresh vibrational start based on the lessons that we've learned, and like the next step in like the universal plan, where universe wants to expand to next. Anything that is blocking that expansion, anything that is blocking that process, anything that is trying to suspend, the transition that we are going through right now energetically, anything that is trying to, limit that, hold it back, like, it's just not going to work in this energy. And as a result, it is our individual job right now to really find the truth of who we are within us and activate that. We are also, as a part of this transition of ages, you guys, a part of this shift, we can't be in denial about the dimensions and the aspects of the physical world that are going to need to crumble and fall away in order to birth this new paradigm. We're coming out of the matrix of the past, and it's a very like 3-dimensional matrix that we've been existing within, and there is going to be a lot of transitions of power that are going on. There's going to be a lot of, really shocking things on a macrocosm level that we have to experience, likely, that open our eyes to a lot of stuff. But we also have to come to a point where we've really understood what's happened and what's gone on, so that we can learn from it as well, and that we don't repeat history going into this age of Aquarius, because this is the age of Aquarius, this is the age of knowledge, this is an age of information, and this is an age where we are learning to co-create with God and universe going forward. So anyways, that's all I'm going to say right now about the whole age of Aquarius thing. Let's actually get back into the specifics of the energy for today. Now, for today, we do have a Taurus moon going on. The moon is going to be coming into a conjunction with the North Node, like I said, with Uranus, opposition to the South Node, squaring Saturn. This is sort of what is kicking off this energy, because we also simultaneously to this have Mercury moving within 2 degrees of Jupiter opposition today. We have Venus within 2 degrees square to Mars today. And we also have the sun moving into the opposition with Neptune today. So these aspects are are setting up while the moon comes into Taurus, hits Uranus, right? And the North Node. So this is activating this process. Saturn and Uranus, like I said, are back within a 1-degree square of each other, and they're both retrograde right now. An internalized awakening to how we are limiting ourselves or holding ourselves back somehow may be something that is sort of poking at us in this energy today, creating conflict, frustration, irritation to free ourselves from this somehow. And that's a lot of times what these square aspects do. Like they create this, like, it's like this like itch we can't scratch, or just this like sense of like internalized irritation, but it's for the purpose of getting our attention, getting us to acknowledge something so that we can see the problem. Because if we can't see the problem, then we can't remedy the problem. We can't find the solution. And we're in definite problem solving energy. That is one thing I can say. This is problem solving energy. But in order to solve the problem, universe is bringing it to our attention. And that is what this square to me is representing in terms of the moon aspects that we have playing out as well today. Moon in Taurus, though, what do we need to grow? Like, what emotionally do we need to grow at this point in time? What is no longer working for us? What do we need to feel fulfilled, to feel whole, to feel balanced and peaceful and harmonized on that internal emotional level? Does the way we are living our life right now and what we are putting our energy into reflect that? Does it give us that sense of fulfillment? Does it give our life that sense of purpose? That is what we are looking for. That is what we are digging down into. That is what we are searching for. And that is what we are striving to discover in this energy. What do we need to stop fighting also, or resisting? Or what do we also need to accept about ourselves in order to restore our own inner balance? That's what I'm talking about as well. I feel like this energy, this Venus-Mars square that we have building this week, is really trying to show us where our own resistances are within us to getting what we truly want as a result of some type of ego attachment that we have going on. Do we feel like we are living the life that we deserve to have? Or do we feel like there is something that is always preventing us from being able to receive what we really want? And what outside of ourselves are we attached to that is actually not in alignment with that which we truly want? That is what I feel like is wrapped up in all this energy. Also, a period of karmic rectification kicking off today with this, with the nodes involved as well. Moon opposing the South Node, what we need to release, what we need to move on from, the toxic attachments that we need to free ourselves from. That is really coming through also in this energy, especially as we head towards the end with the Sun-Pluto trine simultaneous to the Venus-Uranus trine. Wow, that's big business. But, you know, this really is about helping us to have some type of awakening. Something may really be hitting us today. The moon, our emotions, Uranus, the great awakener, the great rectifier. You know, first of all, like, it may be very hard to keep plans today, like shock surprises, things up in the air, like all that type of stuff, normal Uranus business. But also this could be some type of an awakening, some type of flash of insight, some type of an epiphany that is hitting us as well in regards to these contexts, these themes that I've been talking about. Or, you know, dreams also. Really pay strong attention to your dreams that we have going on. But there is, with the nodes, this fated karmic heir to whatever is playing out today as well. So, and with all this retrograde energy and the moon in Taurus hitting Saturn, squaring Saturn, you know, hitting Uranus today in the nodes, there could definitely also be things that have been related to these big fundamental changes that have been going on throughout 2021 into 2022 that could be coming back up in this energy. Like something that is, you know, incomplete or hasn't wrapped up yet, like something that began to start changing perhaps around February of 2021 could be coming up somehow spontaneously, unexpectedly in the energy today. Or like I said, this could also be foreshadowing the next and final exact to the degree square that is coming up between Uranus and Saturn that will be happening the week of October 7th. This could also be foreshadowing something coming around the week of October 7th as well, when these planets will be coming to square exact again. But the moon is triggering and activating the energy that they have been disseminating and representing, the things that they have been representing, the changes that they have been making over this past year and a half, 2-year period of time, and also what we have coming up on the 7th. Now, like I said, and we'll talk much more about this as we approach our Libra cycle in October, but that period of time, that week of October 7th, is definitely likely to be a big one as well. If you think back to February of 2021, we had February, June, and December of 2021. Those were the dates, those were the months when we had our exact squares between Uranus and Saturn. We've got another one coming up October 7th. So think back to things that may have been happening February, June, December of last year. And there may be an addendum that is coming with this first-ish week of October. But today, you guys, this energy definitely putting a highlight on these major changes, breakdowns, and radical shifts in specifically relationships, but also very much so societal structures and transitions of power that are going on because of an internalized conscious awakening and realignment with authentic truth. Things could definitely be a bit tense today. Conflicts, arguments are likely. We're in this square energy and it's square to Uranus. This is rebellious. This is resisting control. This is wanting to break free from authority for sure of any kind. The need to break free from things generally, again, those commitments or responsibilities, like people may be really sort of avoidant of any type of like duty or responsibility or obligation or hard work or anything like that today. People might just sort of want to split and like go do something that brings them some type of pleasure or comfort with the Taurus energy, like not do the hard work today and maybe just like go relax. That's sort of, we may be really resisting any attempt to sort of control or suppress an ability to like do something along those lines today. We also might feel though in this energy with the squares, like we are like hitting some type of wall that we didn't even maybe necessarily know was there. This could also represent like definitely some type of block to progress that's been going on. We've had a pretty smooth month of September so far in terms of the way that the transits have been hitting. They've been very, very supportive of the growth and development of our creative energy throughout this period of time. But something coming through in the energy over this next few days, we may really feel like we're hitting a wall, we're hitting some resistance that we didn't even like see or perceive or know was there, that is really, stopping us in our tracks, perhaps in one way or another. Shocks, surprises, things not going according to plan or schedule, of course, in the energy with the moon conjunct Uranus today as well. This could also have to do with relationship dynamics, projects, things that we're working on, like meetings and stuff that we have, especially like around like financial agreements or partnership dynamics, work-related stuff with the Taurus sign being activated by this energy today. But the moon is also going to start the day actually in a trine to Venus in Virgo. So this, again, relationships, finances, all these Taurus themes, but with the trine going on to Venus, you guys, and again, it's saying the same thing. This is all for the purpose of resolving things and bringing them into a status position that is actually facilitating a greater alignment with our own heart center. Like that is what it's all coming down to. Like no matter which way we look at what is happening, it's like, yes, it looks like we've got some choppy waters ahead. We were going on this journey. Right now we have Pluto at 27 Capricorn. Pluto ending this journey with the sun in a trine to Pluto, a mountain pilgrimage. We are on a mountain pilgrimage, you guys, over this next 6 days, but we are gaining a much higher viewpoint, a much more expanded perspective. And we are going to be realizing the true endurance and ability to persevere and the faith and the confidence that we can have in ourselves. And we're going to come to some level of actually, gaining a sense of self-empowerment based on the things that we have overcome throughout this period. But we are on a mountain pilgrimage, you guys, over the course of this next 6 days. And ultimately, it is, though, bringing things to this place of alignment with the truth of what is in our heart, although some things may need to go in the process of that. Emotional upsets as well today, specifically with the moon and Uranus. Uranus can upset things. The moon is our emotions, but to help bring us what we want ultimately. This is like radical endings as well for the purpose of some type of radical new beginning that is so much better than we could ever imagine. We can't lose hope at this period of time, you guys. We really need to really hold on tight to our faith, especially with the sun coming into the opposition with Neptune this week. But today, we may be awakening somehow to the truth of our value, moon, north node, Uranus, Taurus, and what we truly value in some way, our own value or what we truly value. Could be things that we are sort of awakening to somehow today that may come up against some more dominant ego attachments though over this next few days. I feel like there's a struggle playing out over our journey our mountain pilgrimage that we are going on, that is in regards to our ego juxtaposed to our heart's true desires, which is also represented by Mars in the square to Venus that we have going on this week. The battle inside, this inner battle to take, it's like our conscious understanding, like this conscious expansion, this conscious awakening energy that we are coming into now is going to win out over this battle over our ego urges, our ego attachments, our ego wounds, and our like lower instinctual nature. This is also reminding me of sort of like a hero's journey, like this Chiron energy as well being activated this week. So all of that, you guys, and I want to talk about the Sabian symbols as well, because the Sabian symbols today to start this 6-day process are really all the business, telling us everything we need to know. First of all, the sun, 22 degrees of Virgo today, of course, in that 222 number for the beginning of this process, a royal coat of arms enriched with precious stones. What value do we carry within us, you guys? In the position of the earth today, 22 degrees of Pisces, a prophet bringing down the new law from Sinai. What value do we hold within us that we are rediscovering over this period of time that is changing the way that we interact with our own reality, that is creating a new set of laws for us to adhere to going forward as a result of the recognition of this value and our desire to realign our lives with that which is a mirror reflection of that. No longer accepting less than what we truly are, you guys. No longer willing to surrender parts of ourselves, to sacrifice parts of ourselves, to receive some type of external validation, because we are recognizing that we have it within us, that we've always had it within us, and that simple process of us acknowledging and embracing that is fueling us with this power that is shifting everything, and we are bringing down this new law, and it's coming down from Sinai, right, which is what, a mountain, right? And we are ending this 6-day period with the sun and a trine to Pluto at a mountain pilgrimage. So very synchronistic. Mercury today, you guys, 8 degrees of Libra. Mercury has officially retrograded back to the previous degree, kicking off this energy today as well. A blazing fireplace in a deserted home. To me, again, this degree is about returning to the heart space fire within us. Like, we may have abandoned ourselves for a very long period of time, but this 6 days, I feel like, is really going to be showing us the fire that burns inside of us and what we need to fuel that. I feel like we are returning back to our original heart center. Venus, 12 degrees of Virgo, a bride with her veil snatched away. Something, the wool coming off of our eyes, some type of an epiphany, some type of a revelation, us seeing the truth about something. Venus, that helps us align with what our heart really needs to feel that sense of fulfillment. Mars, 14 degrees of Gemini. Bridging physical space and social distinctions, 2 men communicate telepathically. Again, this information, this communication, this telepathic energy is very, very strong right now as well, you guys. I feel like this is us being open to receive these flashes of insight, this sudden awareness, these epiphanies, this like prophetic knowing that may be hitting us out of nowhere in regards to the changes that we need to make, or even in regards to our own issues playing out within us. It's like we may be being delivered the solutions to our problems if we ask the divine for it at this period of time. And we also may have a special ability in this energy over this next couple days to really be more connected to the thought vibrations of other people. And this may also be one of the things that is really helping us to understand in a greater context maybe what is going on in the dynamics of our relationships that is breaking things down or helping us to see the truth in one way or another. We have Jupiter, 6 degrees of Aries, a square brightly lighted on one side. Yes, we are in this square energy. We are in this energy of all of this conflict that we have going on, but solutions are presenting themselves. It's brightly lighted on one side. Like, there is an answer. There is a solution coming through. And like I said, we are in problem solving energy right now. Saturn, 20 degrees of Aquarius, a large white dove bearing a message. Again, the themes of some type of information, some type of messaging, some type of news, some type of conversation, some type of an epiphany or a flash of insight or a dream or spiritual guidance, some type of messaging coming through that is changing things for us in some type of way and helping to restore a sense of peace, balance, harmony within the heart space within us, reconnecting to our own selves perhaps. We have Uranus right now, you guys. As you know, 19 degrees of Taurus, a new continent is rising from the ocean. We are in the process of recreating our reality, you guys. Uranus ruling the age of Aquarius, ruling our energetic shift and transition right now. This is the transformation that we are making right now is really into a new personal paradigm. Neptune, 25 degrees of Pisces, the purging of the priesthood. What old belief systems do we need to release right now that have been keeping us out of the truth of our own power? Pluto, 27 degrees of Capricorn, a mountain pilgrimage. We've talked about that. The north and the south nodes of the moon. The north node right now, you guys, 15 degrees of Taurus. A man with a rakish silk hat, muffled against the cold, braves a storm. This may be a stormy journey, you guys. It's a mountain pilgrimage and it may be a stormy journey. We may really need to muffle ourselves. It may be lacking a bit of emotional warmth over this next couple of days, but he's got this hat, right? He's prepared for it. He's going to endure. It's not going to get the better of him. The storm is not going to really dishevel him in any type of way. He's muffled against it. He's prepared. He's got what he needs to persevere and to make it through. So there's no need to fear in this situation. The south node right now, children playing around 5 mounds of sand. To me, this is talking about some type of dynamic change that is coming in on an emotional level that is taking things from one state of being and totally clearing the deck and preparing us for something new. 5 mounds of sand. 5 is a number of dynamic change, to me, very much associated with what Uranus does. These are mounds of sand. All it takes is one wave, emotions, water to come in and wipe those 5 mounds suddenly away, create this dynamic change that totally levels things and creates a new surface for us to build something new and more beautiful. And Chiron, you guys, 16 Aries, nature spirits are seen at work in the light of the sunset. There is divine intervention going on that is very much so helping us in this transitional process, this transformational process that is happening right now on an internalized level within us with all of these retrograde planets and all of that. The Sabian symbols, even the black moon right now, 18 degrees of Cancer where she moved today, a hen scratching for her chicks, so that we can really get back to what is important and what we really need and what we want to put our energy into and what we want to grow and what we want to cultivate and what we want to create and what we prioritize and what we want to nurture and care for and what it is that we truly love. What do we want to grow and nurture and nourish in our lives right now? Every single Sabian symbol today, you guys, I feel like is relevant. I feel like is telling us and giving us some foresight, giving us some information about what may be coming at us, what we may be able to anticipate, and ultimately like what the purpose is of this next 6 days of this journey that we are getting ready to embark on. So that's what I have to say today in terms of the astrology, you guys. I know it has been a bit of a long message. Let's jump into the tarot for a minute. We got quite an interesting tarot message coming out today as well. The first 2 cards that we had coming out of the deck were Temperance in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse. And they really came out together. So I'm kind of looking at their energies as sort of being blended, followed by the 7 of Pentacles, followed by the 7 of Wands in reverse, followed by the Page of Cups. And then on the back of the deck, we had the Justice card, which is very, very interesting to me because Temperance and the Justice card really have a lot in common, except for Temperance to me is a higher octave of the Justice card. The Justice card to me rules more over like the 3D, like physical domain of things. And the Temperance card to me is really more about like this divine balance, this divine harmony, this divine, harmonization and justice that is happening on this greater level. Also this 222 energy as well, I feel like is somewhat embodied and represented through the Temperance energy. But anyways, let's get into the reading, you guys. So both of these cards in reverse, the Temperance in reverse and the 10 of Cups in reverse, followed by the 7 of Pentacles. To me, this is us like looking at what we've grown in our lives and being kind of critical and being like, it's not making me happy. Like, what is not making me happy? Really spending some time. Like, look at this guy. He's got this like flourishing plant. Like, it seems to be growing. It's got all these pentacles on it, but he's still looking at it. Like he's got to do something else. Like, he's trying to decide. Like, he's trying to figure out what to do next. Like, he's trying to figure out what to do with it, or like where to go with it, or, you know, if it's worth continuing. And with these two cards, like, this is beautiful. Temperance and the 10 of Cups. Like, if you get these two cards together, like, this is some really beautiful stuff. This is, to me, the 222 energy. This is, to me, the energetic shift that our universe is trying to bring us to right now, to rebalance and reharmonize things within us in a way that is aligned with what brings us our heart and soul's true fulfillment, so that we can attract and magnetize that to ourselves in the outer reality. But with these two in reverse, I feel like this is, in the 7 of Pentacles, I feel like this is talking about like us in this retrograde energy being like, okay, this is what I want, but why don't I have it? And what do I need to do in order to get it, right? And then the next card that we have coming out is also another 7. We've got the 7 of Pentacles upright, and then we've got the 7 of Wands in reverse. And look at this guy, the 7 of Pentacles, he's looking at the 7 of Wands in reverse, followed by the Page of Cups. This to me is saying a need to, what do we need to stop fighting? What do we need to stop resisting, okay, within ourselves? And Page of Cups, what do we need to accept about ourselves? Justice on the back, in order to restore this balance. The 7 of Wands as well, this is also, to me, about some ego. Like, it's the Wands energy, it's the fire energy, and like, we've got something to prove, like, we've got something to win, like, we've got a point to get across in the 7 of Wands energy. But with it in reverse, and the 7 of Pentacles guy looking at these two energies, I feel like this is saying our guidance here is to stop fighting ourselves, like to accept like our own issues, to really take a good look at where we are working against ourselves, where we are not receiving our own, like, where are we pushing away our own self-love, like, where are we not acknowledging our own emotional needs as a result of some type of thing that we need to prove, some type of ego thing that we need to prove. Like, I feel like this is sort of, you know, that saying, like, would you rather be happy or would you rather be right? Personally, I used to have a major problem with that saying, because I was like, well, if I'm right, you know, then I'll get to be happy, because the people will understand what I'm talking about, and it will make me feel happy. But, you know, as I've gotten older and I've gone through a lot more experiences, I've kind of realized that, like, I can be happy either way. I don't need to be right to be happy, and somebody doesn't need to understand my point of view, my perspective, my viewpoint in order for me to know that that is valid and for me to be happy. It's like, I used to feel like, and you know, some of you guys may be able to relate to this. Like, I used to feel like I could only be happy if people understood what I was talking about, and like, if I was, you know, right about things in arguments or disputes or stuff like that. But now I realize that other people's opinions and other people's judgments and other people's ideas and other people's perspectives literally have nothing to do with me. And if I know something is right for myself, then that makes me happy. And I'm not going to allow people's like contradictory opinions to mine to have an impact over whether or not I can acknowledge my own truth and be happy in that. You know what I mean? And I feel like that is sort of like the message that this spread is kind of giving to us. It's like, are we going to continue to assert ourselves against things that are not benefiting us and are actually working to our detriment in terms of us getting what we actually want? Or are we sort of going to decide that getting what we actually want and what fills us up is actually more important than having to prove ourselves in some type of way? Like, it's this ego energy. It's like, the more that we feel like we have to prove to people, you know, who we are or what we are, instead of just being able to be that regardless of their appreciation or their validation or their criticism, whatever, like, that is actually what is going to help bring us back to this place of wholeness internally and bring us this justice. It's like, we need to put down down sort of like the weapons or whatever we've been resisting against. Or, you know, again, like it's like this Venus Mars energy to me. Like I really feel like there's something wrapped up in this that is really trying to show us where we are our own worst enemy, like where we are blocking our own progress, blocking our own ability to receive, and like the need to turn that upside down, to stop that, to release ourselves from a process of, you know, having to be right, because universe wants us to be happy. Like universe wants us to be able to receive. And really what it comes down to, you guys, like why that doesn't work, it's because when we have to be right, like it's creating this resistance within us. Like it's creating this inner angst within us. Like we're not personally in a place of like contentment when we are fighting to have to be right about something. So therefore we can't attract that which really makes us happy. And universe wants to bring us in this 222 year that which really makes us happy, that which truly brings us fulfillment, that which truly brings us purpose, that which feels divinely aligned and harmonized with us. And it's like, if we can't align our vibration and come to this internal harmony within us, because we are always fighting something externally, trying to prove a point or prove ourselves or be right or be on top or be perceived a certain way, then energetically, internally, like we are always going to create external situations that are fighting us as well and that are not aligned and that are creating resistance. It's like if we want this six energy, this 222 energy, this 10 of cups energy, this temperance energy, this justice energy, we also need to be able to stop fighting against life, stop fighting against reality, and accept the offers that are coming to us, accept the love that we have for ourselves. Stop also like being our own worst enemy. Like we just really need to be going through a process of cultivating and developing some more self-love, and experiences this week, you guys, I feel like are bringing us in that direction. So that is what I feel like this tarot message is breaking down today. Let's grab a synchronicity card now, you guys. One more card, one more piece of advice. God, Spirit, Universe, what do we need to know? What can benefit us the most as we are navigating energy today and heading into this period of time that's going to carry us over this next 6 days? What would you like us to know? Let's see. Must be an important message, because it must be a very specific message, because it's taking a minute to get a card to come out. There is one though. Oh, we've got two, you guys. You can't change another and trust. So interesting. I had to shuffle that long to get the same message that I got yesterday. Bonkers. Okay, you can't change another and trust. Yes, for sure. You can't change another. Thou will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee. Isaiah 26:3. In your relationships with others, don't be possessive or try to make them do what you think they should do or act the way you think they should act. Never permit others to rob you of your peace of mind. Your peace and your joy are in God and not in the words and actions of other people. Bless them and walk on. That is literally what I was just saying about the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Page of Cups energy. We don't need to prove ourselves to people. And on that note, we also don't need to be trying to change people in this energy as well. So that is that message. The next message says trust. Trust also in him. Psalm 37:5. Trust in God to lead you to the person you need to fulfill your needs. Make certain you are the type of person that person would wish to associate with. Make certain you have defined your needs and desires before you make your request. Remember, all things are possible through God. And these cards are they just blow my mind so much. Like, this is where we're going in the Libra cycle. This is what we're doing right now, you guys. We are becoming the version of ourselves that our true divine counterparts and the opportunities and the life circumstances that are a true match to us need us to be in order to be that true match. Like, that is what is going on. And then when we move into this Libra cycle coming up, we are going to be activating that. We are going to be taking action, making choices, making decisions, and universe is going to be moving things around in a way that leads us to the person to fulfill our needs or the opportunity or the experience. But this is the period of time, and right now, especially over this next 6 days, where we are becoming who we need to be to fulfill that like divine opportunity. Okay. So Message from the stars, message from the cards. It has been a long one today, you guys. If you made it with me till the end, congratulations. That was a lot. But there's a lot to say, and we are in some big energy right now. So if you guys liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends if you think that they would like this and be interested in this type of content too. Leave me comments, you guys. I really appreciate you, every single one of you. Thank you so much for being here, and your feedback really means a lot to me. I have a Facebook page, a Facebook group, a website, and some other social media stuff in my description box below. And yes, come back with me tomorrow, you guys. We will be talking about Venus in square to Mars and really getting this mountain pilgrimage going. So I'll be here. You should be here too. You don't want to miss it. And I will see you then, guys. Have a beautiful day. And until tomorrow, bye.